Welcome to another edition of Talk City Greensboro, produced by GTN, featuring interviews and events happening around town. It's an easy way to stay in the know while you're on the go. Subscribe to Talk City on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or SoundCloud so you can keep up with what's going on in Greensboro City government. I'm your host, Josh Johnson, and with me today, as always, at the big round table, Rosemary Blyden.
She just keeps turning up, I know. Yeah.
Lucky for us.
The Interactive Resource Center is a safe space for our neighbors experiencing homelessness. It is a place to gather, to connect, to find support, find understanding, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that today. It's really so every person can keep their dignity, even when life hands them challenges, and it happens. KRISTINA Singleton is Executive Director at the IRC. Hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thanks
Really
for being here.
We're glad to have you. Can you describe homelessness in Greensboro for us?
Sure. So homelessness in Greensboro is ever-changing. This year especially, we consider post-COVID part of this. We consider the national housing crisis part of it. We have a lot of changes going on. We remain laser focused on being able to find better ways to provide affordable housing. And in the meantime, we know that people have emergent needs right now. They simply cannot wait to take a shower until permanent supportive housing is ready. Mm-hmm. So in the meantime, we're here. We've always been kind of like the crisis triage, the first place that you can go to. And, we want to be a place that you can kind of reset, a place that you can come in. I often say, if you've ever even been camping for a long time, when you first come home and take that first hot shower and put some clean clothes on, that feeling when you crawl into bed or, just the feeling of being clean and you start to feel a little bit better. And we believe in that. And that sense of dignity and being able to take care of yourself, the autonomy of it, really makes a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, if you really think about it for a minute, if you're listening, if you found yourself without a place to take a shower, without a place to wash your hands, to wash your clothes, to splash water on your face, to sit down. Mm-hmm. I mean, and that's really what it is.
Absolutely. A place to just be without being asked to move along, a place to go to the bathroom, without being asked to leave, is so important. And that continuous search for that emergent need that people have, if you continually get pushed away, it starts to really affect who you are and the way that you can interact with other human beings.
Mm-hmm. Dignity, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why it's so important. That kind of answers our second question, but, what it is about that feeling of dignity that's so important to people.
Yeah.
You just feel better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And for the IRC, that was really the foundation of why it was built. There were so many people that said, we feel like we're being told. The IRC started from a community group coming together and really asking what folks needed. Mm-hmm. And so many people said, we're being told what we need. Mm-hmm. And the issue there, I say all the time in our morning meetings in the day room is that I can try my hardest to understand, but I will never be a 40-year-old Black man experiencing homelessness in Greensboro. Right. So until you can tell me what it is that you need, we can walk that path with you, but we won't be here to say, this is what you have to do.
Right.
I hear that story about organizations in Greensboro so much about how that's how they came together is, a group of friends, said, what is the problem? And they, went to work with their neighbors to try to find the solutions. And so many of our agencies have started that way.
So many. It's incredible. And it's really heartwarming because I think that is really a big part of Greensboro. And I think that's what makes all of us run, is that people seeing a need and coming together and trying to find answers is so crucial to making a difference.
All right. Speaking of making a difference, the Dignity event is live. Tell us about that.
So our Dignity event has been our annual fundraiser since the IRC started. Unfortunately, my favorite part is everybody coming together, from guests to volunteers to donors. But we still are struggling with COVID. We have a lot of guests that have comorbidities. Our guests also are the most transient, and it is not a great idea to just cram 150 people into our day room like we typically would.
Yeah.
So we decided to do another year of virtual, and we still just want to be able to connect with all of the listeners, with all of our supporters, and be able to show you what's been going on around there. We were lucky this year to open our doors back up to volunteers and to people stopping by and doing tours again. So if you're interested in that, you're absolutely welcome to come by and schedule that or email us. But until then, we'd love for everybody to see the video, see what we've been up to, and support us in any way that you can.
Yeah, and so how can people support you? What kind of support does the IRC need?
So often on our Facebook page, one of the things that I think is so neat about the IRC is we'll have a day maybe where it's wintertime and the weather is extra bad, and we end up going through doing triple the laundry that we would normally do because things are muddy, and we can put out on Facebook, we really need laundry detergent. And I'm telling you, our community shows up every single time. Awesome. And so one of the ways you can support is following that. That's the most up to date. We have an Amazon wish list, and it changes by season for what the needs are. But you can follow us there, and we are always sharing what the need of the day or need of the week is. Okay. A lot of our programs, so 40%, I say in the video too, 40% of our funding is still individual contributions, which is pretty amazing for an organization like us. And so if donating is something that you are able to do, I love, we get so many gifts that are even $5 and $10 gifts, but they really do add up. And so to me, that just feels like it's still just part of the community. So if you're willing to and able to give financially, that's obviously something that is very helpful to us, especially for Dignity Event. And beyond that, there's needs all the time for volunteering and just helping us get the word out. To me, because I live it and it's so personal to me, it always surprises me when I meet somebody who's never heard of the IRC. So, but it is out there. And so if you have a chance to tell people about us, that is so helpful too.
Can you paint a little picture of homelessness? And I know we talked about the numbers, we talked about kind of who it affects, but are you seeing new faces all the time? I know you see your friends that you've come to know, and they come back and back, but then are you also seeing new faces too?
Yeah, so we have a group of people that we would consider chronically homeless, and they have their own set of issues. There are people that we would consider for permanent supportive housing. They may never be able to live independently on their own, but with some supports, they thrive. And we learned that with our hotel program. But what we're seeing right now is a lot of people coming through in rotations. And that's really because so many people in Greensboro are really just 1 or 2 paychecks away from drowning. You know, they feel like they're just kind of treading water and need to use our services. And so we have folks that may be staying on someone's couch but want to come and do laundry or shower at the day center. We're open for that, so anybody can come in and do that. Because we can help, too, to try to prevent homelessness if you feel like you're close to experiencing that. So for us, we're seeing a lot more of that in this area. Yeah.
Wow. So it's every day presents new challenges.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's a great time to get involved.
Yeah. How can we get involved?
Well, first off, I'd love for everybody to watch the video.
Please.
It is on YouTube. It's on our Facebook page. It's on our website. Okay. So our website is ircgso.org.
All right.
You can go on there and find out a lot of stuff about the IRC, or just click on the video and watch the Dignity video. And then I would say, stay engaged. Just find out more through our updates on Facebook. And if something sparks your interest on, that sounds like something I'd like to help with, then by all means, give us a call.
Absolutely. Yeah, it sounds like that Facebook spot is the place to keep up regularly. So I would encourage everyone to to be a part of that.
Absolutely. All right. Once again, the Dignity event is live now. You can support the IRC's work through that event. You can find volunteer opportunities. It's all available right there online, ircgso.org, or follow them on Facebook. Just search Interactive Resource Center or IRC Greensboro. Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Stay tuned in weekly by subscribing to Talk City Greensboro on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. And don't forget, you can download Talk City from SoundCloud.
That's our time for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in to Talk City. Be sure to watch GTN, your official source for news and information about the city of Greensboro. GTN is available on Spectrum Channel 13,
AT&T UVerse Channel 99,
and North State Channel 31.
GTN also streams live on Roku and the city's website
at greensboro-nc.gov.